The world is not a referee. It doesn't blow a whistle when you're wronged. It keeps moving. You will be overlooked. You will be tested. Someone less prepared may still get the promotion. Someone you trusted may still fold under pressure. Accept it without bitterness, because acceptance is the doorway to strategy. What follows isn't for domination or cruelty. It's for clarity, self-protection, and decisive outcomes. We study the game not to become villains, but to stop being victims. Call it dark intelligence if you want. I call it practical sovereignty, the discipline to watch longer than you speak, to measure longer than you react, and to act only when the ground is ready. Most people chase noise. You will chase position. Most people argue to feel powerful. You will solve to become powerful. This is the difference. First, practice strategic opacity. You don't owe the world a full autobiography. Share enough to move the mission forward, never enough to surrender leverage. People fill gaps with their own stories. If you choose the gaps, you shape the story. Before you answer a probing question, ask yourself, what outcome is served by revealing this? Offer context, not confession. Reveal by stages, to the right person, at the right time. Your life is not an open ledger. It's a ledger with pages that open when there's a reason. This isn't rudeness. It's stewardship of your narrative. And when someone presses, stay calm. Happy to cover that when it's material to the decision. You aren't hiding. You're sequencing. Second, adopt an adaptive persona with a fixed core. You do not change your values. You change your delivery. Some people need data. Some need reassurance. Some need to see the roadmap. Others only need the destination. Speak their dialect while keeping your principles intact. Water takes the shape of its container, but never stops being water. The weak chase approval by becoming whoever the room wants. The strong translate the same truth into the language the room understands. If you catch yourself bending to be liked, stop and restate your constant. Here is what matters to me no matter where we are. Third, cultivate clean detachment. What you can walk away from can't be used against you. Detachment doesn't mean apathy, it means freedom from desperation. Build credible alternatives. If a deal collapses, you do not collapse with it. If a person withdraws approval, you don't abandon your compass to earn it back. Detach from the need to be right and attach to the need to be effective. Practice on small things. Let someone else have the last word. Skip the impulse to defend every slight. Move a deadline without apology when the quality demands it. Pressure fades when you are not hooked by outcome panic. You can't be baited if you're not hungry for bait. Fourth, develop silent leverage. Real power is logistics, not spectacle. Set conditions so that the choice that serves you is also the easiest choice for others to make. Become the person who resolves friction, and people will pull you to the center without a speech. Use silence as a tool. After a hard question, wait. Most people rush to fill the space and reveal more than they intended. You don't have to demand respect when your presence consistently lowers chaos and raises results. Reliability compounds. Favors compound. Quiet competence turns into gravity. People orbit what steadies them. Fifth, master the echo. Precision empathy isn't flattery, it's clarity. Everyone you meet carries burdens they don't name and desires they don't articulate. Listen until you can reflect the real sentence behind the words. When someone says they hate their job, maybe they hate being unseen. When someone vents about a teammate, maybe they fear being dragged into mediocrity. Say what you hear beneath the noise. It sounds like you want to be challenged, and right now you aren't. When people feel accurately seen, they lower their guard and raise their trust. Then position ideas in the currency they value. To the person who craves security, show how your plan makes things safer. To the person who values recognition, show how your plan makes excellence visible. You are not changing your message. You are placing it in a wallet they already carry. Sixth, practice pragmatic ethics. The world is messy. Simple answers often fail under complex pressure. Your job is not to look good. Your job is to produce good outcomes within clear lines you refuse to cross. Set your non-negotiables now. What won't you trade for advancement? What promises bind you, even when they cost you? With those lines drawn, be surgical. Sometimes the kindest act is the firm boundary that protects the many. Sometimes the truthful act stings in the short run and heals in the long run. Refuse cruelty, refuse deception, but also refuse the weakness that enables harm by doing nothing. Machiavellian thinking isn't a license for darkness. It's a demand for realism guided by duty. You are measured by the futures you create, not the applause you collect. Seventh, obsess over outcomes, not arguments. The point is not to win debates. The point is to move reality. Before you engage, ask, what result do I need here? If you want a behavior to change, humiliating someone in public may feel victorious and still fail. If you want a partnership to last, proving you were right last week might be less valuable than building a plan for next quarter. Activity is not achievement. Busyness is not progress. Choose the 20% of moves that deliver 80% of results and be seen as strategically lazy, not because you avoid work, but because you avoid waste. Attach to goals, not methods. When a tactic stalls, pivot. When new information arrives, update. Stubbornness is a virtue only when you're stubborn about the destination, not the route. Thread these lessons together and something changes. You stop narrating your life for approval and start curating it for impact. You stop chasing control over people and start cultivating control over conditions. You become the person who can be trusted with hard problems because you do not panic, you do not posture, and you do not burn bridges to light the room. And because you are solution-led, your power becomes sustainable. People will seek you out, not out of fear, but out of respect for the calm you bring and the results you deliver. Take one of these ideas and practice it for 7 days. Choose strategic opacity or clean detachment or the echo and use it on purpose. Watch how meetings slow down when you stop over-explaining. Watch how negotiations shift when you can walk. Watch how relationships improve when you reflect the need beneath the complaint. The game doesn't get kinder, but you get clearer. And clarity is its own protection. Remember why we do this. Not to manipulate the innocent, not to win at any cost. We do this to become hard to exploit, easy to trust, and effective when it matters. We do this so our intelligence serves something larger than ego. Strong families, strong teams, strong promises kept. The world may never play fair, but you can play clean, think sharply, and act with weight. Stay strategic, stay ethical, stay powerful.